Hey builders, Wally and I just got back from Orlando and thought we would go through an unboxing video. So several people have asked how we ship Wally across country and how we get him back. So I used the Pelican cases. I chose to use two M2750s and two 1660s. And then I also have another one in here. I don't remember which one it is, but that one is for shipping the batteries. I can ship the 4 larger crates on an airline, or I can ship them through one of the other shipping companies, but it's cheaper for me to fly with Wally and just put him on the plane. And if you choose the right airline, you can get a lot cheaper price by doing the oversized and the overweight. Each one of these smaller crates is running around 78 pounds. They hold the tracks. One holds the body and the head, and then one holds the internal mechanisms. They weigh, I think the largest one weighs around 96 pounds, and this other one weighs around 86 pounds. So you have to keep them below 100 pounds and below, I think, 84 square inches per crate to be able to ship them. But the airlines won't ship the larger batteries, even if there's only 3 of them. But they still think that they're too large as far as the power consumption. So I'm going to look at swapping him over to maybe like the 24 volt tool batteries to make them where I can actually ship them on the airlines. But that'll be for future reference. All right, so I guess we can go ahead and unpack this one, and we can at least see how I pack the batteries. And these can be shipped through standard UPS or FedEx or even USPS. You just have to declare that they are batteries, and they have to be shipped ground. Can't be shipped over air. And that one's heavy. I think I have a few other surprises in here from. I've got a few things for our next build. So cool. Thanks, David. Alright, so that is the box for the batteries. And that is what, that's a Pelican case, so it is called a vault. So it's the one I use to ship the batteries. And then I did put each one in an individual battery safe. There's one. We have one battery. We'll unpack number 2. It's been nicely packed. This one contains a couple of batteries for the transmitter, and then also an extra servo. Just in case, you never know, what might tear up. And then there's battery number 2. And I assume this would be battery number 3. And it is. And there will be battery number 3. These are custom built batteries that me and David Ferreira designed. And I think even the Justin Motter had a hand in designing those batteries, so shout out to Justin. Alright, so we'll go through one of the larger crates. I'm not sure which parts these contain, but we will see. Your normal unboxing videos, what's in the box? Something I suggest too is go ahead and put a card inside if you are going to do the same thing in case the box gets lost or something. Then, I mean, you will have an identification inside the box so that they can ship the box back to you. So I used a lot of pack and peel foam. There wasn't a way to really get everything into the crates exactly with exact pack and foam, so a lot of this is just stuffed in there as we go to make sure that nothing moves around and gets banged against other parts inside. Not as nice as some of your packing, but it does work. So we can see the neck mechanism, so that everything survived the trip. And we have the back door. Everything looks good there. Continue to take all the foam out of the transmitter. And continue to take the foam. And there's the ice. So everything looks good there. And then we have the main body. Alright, so all of that looked like it survived the trip really well. And we just throw everything back in the crate it came from. Another good thing about these crates, they do have wheels, at least on one end. I will end up for the next trip making a way that I can put 4 wheels on the bottom to be able to move these around wherever I'm at, whether it's a airport, bus, or for shipping, just to make it a little bit easier to transport 4 crates at one time. No idea where I'm going to store these once I get them out. I do live in California, so apartment sizes are a lot smaller than what I'm used to. All right, so we'll move on to the next crate. This is one of the heavier ones. This is mainly because it's got all the mechanics and stuff for the drive. I do carry a bag to put the transmitter in. So got nice little Disney pins there. So pretty cool. And of course the James Webb. Let's give them a shout out. For all you guys that don't know, what I do for my day job is aerospace engineering, and just finished up the sun shields for the James Webb, which hopefully will, and it just launched, so we'll have be able to start seeing pictures within a couple of months, I think. So that's going to be an amazing time. So do have Hal. He did survive. He's a little creepy. I'm not all that good with bugs, but I actually do like him. He's a great crowd pleaser. So we'll put him off to the side for now. Comes in his own little neat box. Live insect. So this contains the Wally's internal mechanisms and then also his arms. Arm number 1 And these are the fabulous motion arms by David and Seth. So if you guys are looking at building a set of arms for Wally, this is definitely the way to go. We're going to run out of room really quick. Again, living in California. Yay! Arm number 2. Looks really good. Very well packed. Whoever did this did a great job. Pat on the back. I have to give David a little bit of credit on that, and Seth. They were on the last trip, so they did help pack everything back up, get him ready for shipment. So there's the main electronics. Then again, we put everything back into the crate so that hopefully we'll be able to pack him back up for his next adventure. Alright, crate number 2 done. And each one of these contain the tracks. Ooh, pleasant little surprise. I bet TSA was like, what? What do these guys got going on? But 1 out of 3 is not bad. So I do put the tools for assembly just in one of the corners. So it makes it easy if we have to assemble on site or if we have to assemble in the hotel room. The ability, whoops. Make sure you guys are paying attention, wake you up. No, I'm boring, but come on. Again, put your name in each one of the crates. In case they do get misplaced, they can find you. Don't want to get one of these stuck in Gunnersville at the lost baggage place. It may not sell as well. And you can see how this one's placed on the inside, so I've just got it hugged around the track. Then you may ask, why, did I choose to ship him in 4 different crates instead of putting him in one large crate and then shipping all at once? It was the freight bill. It was going to be a couple of grand to ship him as one, and then with shipping him this way ends up being, or that was one way, and shipping this way it's about $4.50 per shipment one way. And each one of these tracks weighs right at 50 pounds. So with the crate and the foam, you end up with around 70 pounds. Then another thing was trying to figure out logistics on the other side of getting him to the location. And then getting unpacked. So definitely not something that everyone will want to do, but I mean, if the need does arise, it can be done. I'm gonna put this crate over. Lost all my pretty pictures of the universe. And then the final crate should be the same thing. Will we get a TSA surprise? Yes! They liked both of these. Looks like they actually did take this one out because the packaging is a little bit different. So we will see if they damaged anything. Again, I can't stress the importance. Make sure you label your box. Did I put that other wood back in the other one?
It's over here on the floor.
Make sure I put that back in. This box has a unique smell. This stuff has been cast for, I don't know, seems like almost a couple of years now, and I can still smell the outgassing of the rubber that I use to cast the tracks. All right, and there we have a completely unboxed Wally. Some assembly required. That went in the other crate too. Alright, so let's put this in the other crate. And this piece of wood. Actually gonna leave that piece of wood out because it's still wet. I can feel the moisture on the wood. This side of the way. All right, so on to assembly. It's always the fun part. We did, when I originally built Wally, thanks to Mark, for the files and stuff that he put out, he made it where it was modular to be able to take the track system off from the main body. It's much easier to assemble with two people, but it can be done with one. Tracks just slide into, or the body slides into the tracks, and then goes together with 8 bolts. I'm not the always the best one to come up with banter to talk about, but that makes me not as good a person for unboxing videos. So I guess reasons for carrying Wally, you know, or crating him up could be, I mean, we do things such as going to MegaCon and any other conventions that you can think of. I mean, I would really like to get this guy out and show him off. We do school events all over the place. We do, you know, recycling events. To try and promote recycling and recycling awareness. Just to get him out and have fun. I mean, I build these things. I love having them set around. I mean, you can see I've got R2, I've got Wally, we've got BB-8, we've got scrubber droids, we've got pit droid back in the corner. All of this is just to, you know, show people that it can be done, and really to try to inspire the youth that we have coming up, that things like this can be built, and that, you know, they are going to be responsible for things that, you know, such as, you know, the next planet exploration, or mining on the moon, or even, you know, coming down to Earth, of, you know, just being Earth-based robots and robotic systems. So, you know, anything that you builders are out there building, you know, don't just do it. I mean, you do it for yourself and you do it for the build and for the fun, but do it for, you know, inspiration, to show people that it can be done, and to show people that innovation is possible, collaboration is possible. This particular droid or robot here is built through several people all over the world, basically. I mean, well, I mean, you've got David that's helped do design, all the way from the inspiration of Mike Senna, of Michael McMaster, the very first two Wally builders, and, you know, they were huge inspirations on me building this robot, and then being able to get it out and share it with other people, and just, you know, it's finding the ways to make people smile. We all go to these conventions to be something that we're not during our daily lives, and through robotics, I have found a venue that I can speak to people in ways that I never would have been able to growing up where I did. I was always introverted, very shy, but now that I'm able to get out and basically, I guess, hide in behind a robot, I can express to people and just figure out ways to make them smile, which I think everybody wants to do. And that's a lot of cosplay. So once we get the 4 bolts in, I mean, he's on his tracks. Power plugs in, really simple, on the bottom with 2 XT60s that just plug into each other. And then that transfers power from the body to the NPCs on the inside. So once that's done, we can take the body, open his door, take out the light mech, make sure all the wires are out of the way, this one's out of the way, this one needs to be up in there. body on. And then got the connectors here that connect the lights up for the push buttons. And we'll make sure everything matches up. And then for the front, this doesn't have the electronic, this just has lights on the inside, so all it's doing is just providing power to the lights to there. So we can plug that up. Then we'll take the neck mechanism. Great design by David Ferreira. And you have to take all the connectors off. So in the new design that we're working on, the top body panels here and here will be removable. So that's going to make installing the neck a lot easier. Still connect in the same ways, but a little bit easier to get to. That on, we'll also go ahead and insert the arms to make sure everything's aligned before we tighten anything down. Again, we made everything very modular so that everything is just tried to get it as plug and play as possible. Okay. Then we'll take and screw the neck in. Something really cool I saw on, I don't remember who showed me this, but it was taken, I was having a horrible time getting these bolts in, and then I took and made used hot glue around the outside to actually give me a grip on these things that made it 10 times easier to install these, and now I don't even need to use an Allen wrench to tighten them. So it made the going together process a lot easier. Again, it's always good to, if you have multiple bolts to put in, put all your bolts in first and then go back and tighten everything up. Then we'll connect the neck to its actuator. This is always fun. And I actually do tighten this one up. At least a few turns. Alright, and then we plug all the wires in, so there's one plug for each arm. All the plugs are different sizes on the inside, so they can't be mismatched to the wrong plug. Let's see. There's the neck. Should be one more for an arm floating. And then I've got Velcro that keeps all the plugs into the places they should be. And then the main power. So we're getting there. Final part is to put the head on. Tighten that on. And then the way I designed these is that each one has two different plugs to plug in the head. They're at different lengths to try to offset the mass of the plugs. So plug each one of those in. And then we can hide those inside the sleeve. Hides your wiring. Alright. Then we'll come around to the front. We'll go ahead and plug in the sound for the speakers. Front, might as well go ahead and go through a power-up sequence. So we'll install a battery. power this on. And I mean, if you haven't been watching what we have done to program Wally, I mean, we're using the Kyber control system, which is designed by myself and Stephane. And if you haven't heard of it, look us up on Facebook and look up the system and see if it's something that might benefit you for your robotic controls. Alright, and then finally we'll hook up the speakers on the back doors. Move all of our tools. That's another thing. We made the assembly really simple. Takes 2 Allen wrenches, a socket and a wrench to put it back together. Cut his drive system on. There we have it. A few adjustments of some things. It's good to go. Tell him, hey, Wally.
Wow.
Sounds like he's excited to be back alive. All right, builders. Until next time. See ya. Keep building.